All right. Welcome to another episode of Weirdinary. I'm your host, BradQuan, and today I have a very special guest. He is a rising Capital Region streamer / content creator. He is a gamer known for streaming games such as Dead by Daylight and Fortnite. He is an occasional musician, a very talented one, might I add, an intellectual, having graduated from the University of Plattsburgh with a degree in robotics. He's a hustler, a man of great poise, and a silent king. Somebody I'm still getting to know, and somebody I must say I fuck with, and it is an absolute honor to be able to sit down with him and finally pick his brain. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Jay, aka Jay Don't Sleep.
Hey,
brother,
how you doing?
How the fuck are you, man?
I'm always down for a good, talk, a little podcast,
Yeah, man. And that said, I really want to peel into the depths of you because you said some pretty interesting things before when we conversed, and I want to start at the beginning. So my first question to you, brother, when you think back to your childhood, what experience shaped the person you became more than any other?
Honestly, I feel like I have a couple because, it's either like, I would say a lot of school stuff, mostly like me, like switching schools between honestly, I switched schools in 7th grade, right?
Okay.
So I had to, obviously, I'm making whole new friends, all that.
First off, where are you from?
So I'm from Albany.
From Albany,
I bounced around a lot. I lived in Albany for years. I lived in Troy way longer.
Okay.
And then I just recently moved to Schenectady, I want to say 2-3 years ago.
All right, where'd you start off at school and then where'd you switch to?
So for school, in elementary school, I went to ACCS. I did that for, I want to say, up until the end of 7th grade.
Okay.
And then I switched over to Troy Prep. It's like a prep school. They just got bought out by KID recently. So I had switched schools because I was moving to Troy, and it was really like a I would say a last minute thing. Because with Troy Prep, it's a prep school, so obviously I'm taking harder courses, like honors courses, and that's the only thing that they would give us to do.
Damn, that's all they offer.
Yeah, that's all they was
Oh, wow.
So I switched at the end of 7th grade, did 8th grade, and then I was one of the founding members of the high school.
Damn.
So, and in high school, they only gave us pre-AP and AP courses. They had us doing pre-SATs, everything like that.
Damn, nigga, no wonder why you took robotics. God damn, bro.
I always had a fascination with it, too. So.
Yo, I love that, man. I mean, talk to me about the anxiety, you know what I mean? The angst, and just kind of it's essentially like you're a fish taken out of one bowl and put into you're taken from a bowl and you're placed into a tank. You know what I'm saying? With a whole new school of fish. I mean, walk me through that shit, man. Because I never experienced that.
I don't feel like a lot of people haven't experienced it. That's why I really want to talk more about that first.
Please.
Because everybody I went to school in elementary school like that, I grew up with most of them, lived near most of them, hung out outside of school with most of them. Our parents all knew each other. But transitioning to a new school, I didn't know anybody. So going to a new school, and at the end of the year, I believe I had 3 months left of that school year. And switching curriculum, it was just now I gotta catch up to everybody else. And at the time, I'm not gonna lie, I was a straight A student. I never had anything under a B at all. And switching to a new school, it's now my grades about to drop. Because hey, I'm in a new school. I don't know what's going on. I gotta catch up. I gotta read multiple chapters, catch up on all the work, everything. So I had switched schools, finished that year out. I want to say I had a C average within the last 3 months. Went on to 8th grade. And I was, as soon as I got to 8th grade, straight A student. Yeah, to this day, I could probably call one of my math teachers right now. He'd be like, this kid right here, he wasn't even here last year. This kid gets frustrated at himself when he gets a question wrong on something. And that's just the type of person I was. I didn't like doing bad in school, nothing like that at all.
I love it.
And then moving on to, I want to say high school, being a founding member, there wasn't nobody above us. In high school, it was just a 9th grade class. So doing that is, I have nobody to look up to. I was just doing me. obviously still I'm doing good in school, but it's all AP classes. That's something new for me. So doing all AP classes, it's like, it's advanced. I'm off straight to ninth grade. I'm doing FMLA formats. I'm pretty much doing college stuff at the ninth grade.
Damn, bro.
Yeah. And they had us taking PSATs, everything like that. Mind you, at the time, I'm still new, so I don't really know anybody. But I had known two people, because once I transferred school, two of my cousins transferred over with me the next year into the high school. So they knew, like, oh, you're smart, we know you, kind of stuff like that. But nobody else knew. So PSATs came around, I got one of the higher scores, and everybody was like, oh.
I imagine it was a good score.
It was a good
I
score.
imagine it was a good score.
Everybody was shocked, and I just looked at them, they were like, oh, you knew, we haven't met you, like, we got to get to know you. We didn't know you were like, hey, this guy's got a brain, you know?
That's what's up, man.
But then I went through a couple of things that year, and I finished ninth grade with a C average because I was dealing with like the death of my cousin and everything like that. And there was like something like clicked in me. And I was like, I kind of don't want to do nothing really. You know, you can't have that mindset, but that's just the mindset I had at the time.
How'd your cousin die?
So my cousin had sickle cell.
Sickle cell?
Nope, my cousin had
shit.
sickle cell.
Okay.
She had got an infection. And the infection like spread to the point where they couldn't do anything about it, and she had passed away from that at 7.
At 7?
Yep, she was 7.
Oh, wow.
And that's what some of my bracelets are on my arm. These are from like different birthdays. I believe I have 13, 14, and 15. Because we still, on her birthday, we still like celebrate it as if she was still, you
know? Yeah.
And let's eat more on that. So my brother also has it.
Oh, word?
Yep, my brother just turned 13.
Fucking Prodigy had that shit. Yeah, man. How does your brother deal with it? I mean, honestly, like, what's that like? Because I imagine, like, you operate as a caregiver as well. You know what I mean?
So growing up with that, it's just like, we have to watch them more, stuff like that. It's really like, we gotta make sure. So with that, you gotta drink a lot of water. You have to make sure they're taking their meds, everything like that. If they're not taking their meds and drinking a lot of water, their eyes start turning yellow. And say they like get sick or something like that, they can go into crisis fast. In high school, in ninth grade actually, we had to study it basically in our biology class. And the teacher was like, hey, like, I know you just went through this, but we're about to learn this in class. So like, do you mind leading this discussion on this? And basically teaching the class about sickle cell.
Oh, wow.
Mind you, and it was like 2 months after my cousin had passed away.
I mean, so it helps you cope with it in a positive way because you're shining light on something that's very traumatic, but you're helping educate people.
Yep.
I mean, that was like your first experience in being a leader.
Yep. And that was a whole thing during that situation too. Everybody in my family was like devastated. We never had anybody in our family like die that young. So I have nobody knew what to do, and I was really like going around like different family members, making sure everybody was good. And I didn't really have time like for myself to deal with it, so that's why my whole school situation, I was just like, hey, I'm making sure my family good. I'm not worried about myself right now, you know. So I was mainly like focusing on what they had going on rather than what I had going on. Like, yeah, they're hurting, and I'm hurting too, but I want to make sure my family good before I'm good. And even my uncle at the time, this is gonna sound crazy, but
go ahead.
I didn't really like grow up with my dad, so I was really like, my uncle was really like my dad. I went to my uncle at everything. And obviously, Suplex is my cousin, everybody knows that. So I went to Suplex for a couple of things, but my uncle was really like the main like person I went to. And once I saw he was down, I'm like, all right, so he's down, now somebody gotta step up. So nobody was really stepping up, you know?
He was down? What do you mean, like he died?
No, so it was his daughter that died.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
He was really like the heart of the family, basically.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, he's down. Somebody got to step up and make sure everybody's good. You know. So I was really going around making sure my family was good and making sure everybody was doing what they had to do, even though we all was like down and depressed. You know.
Damn. I fuck with that, man. You feel like you grew up sooner than you wanted to.
Yeah. And that was start of high school. First thing going into high school. And I feel like after that, that's when obviously me not dealing with it, I started getting like angry. I started not knowing how to control my emotions. So I'm not gonna lie, I got in trouble in high school a lot. Throughout my entire career in high school, through high school, I want to say up until like the end of 11th grade, I was C average. That's it. Then I got to end of 11th grade, 12th grade. I'm like, nah, I want to do something with my life. I can't continue to have this behavior that I'm having, you know. So I was like, all right, cool. Like, if I don't get my act together, what I'm gonna do if I want to go to college? I can't continue this because if I go to college and they pull up let's call it a background check of what was going on in high school, they're gonna be like, oh, what happened in 9th grade, 10th grade, you know what I mean? So me, like, honestly, like, catching on to that, I'm just like, all right, I gotta really change my life around. So, and mind you, I like doing, like, I watch anime, everybody knows that. I like sci-fi stuff, I like time travel, everything like that. My favorite superhero is Flash. Flash is a CSI. Like, I like stuff like that. So, and me liking science, I really was like, all right, I want to do robotics. So I started doing this STEM program through RPI. It was a great STEM program. I learned how to build robots, learned how to code, everything like that. And that's really like made me want to do it. I went to robotics competitions, everything. So that really made me want to do robotics. And I was like, all right, cool. This is what I like doing. I gotta apply this into my school. Because I have more fun doing robotic stuff than actual school stuff. So I was like, nah, I want to go to college for this, so I gotta get straight A's. My last year of high school, the last quarter of 11th grade, 3.0 average. All throughout 12th grade, 3.5. And with Troy Prep, they have this thing where it's like student of the month or whatever. I was student of the month the whole last year of high school. And into my last year of high school, I'm gonna say halfway through, that's when COVID had started.
Oh, wow.
So at the time, I'm really like, I'm dealing with school, COVID, everything like that. It's all coming into one. So I was hybrid at the time. So they took us out of the school completely. And that's what was crazy. When they took us out of the school, I was already sick. That's right before they named it like COVID. So I had a respiratory infection, me and my cousin. Yep. So me and him are already at home. And I look at him one day and I'm like, hey, they're probably gonna shut school down tomorrow. Shut down school that same day. So I was dealing with COVID, mind you, and I'm like, nah, I wanna go to college. Had to do my work, locked in, make sure everything was good. I asked teachers if I could do extra credit, everything like that. And that's what really like solidified me into getting into college. But it was like situations in school too, where it was like, I'm still getting in trouble, but I'm doing what I gotta do, you know? And I'm not gonna lie, like throughout the beginning years of high school into my last couple years of high school, we had this one dean, this Jean Baptiste, I'll shout him out. He really held me down throughout everything I was going through at the time. He was making sure I got back on track to do what I had to do. And then he had left because he got another opportunity to do something else. So through him leaving, before he had left, he had a conversation with me saying, hey, you getting back to you getting straight A's, you gotta be better, you know? Continue to do this even though I'm not here. And that really motivated me to do better, actually.
He was a father figure in your life, you would say?
I would say he was a father figure, even though he wasn't like part of my family or anything like that. But yeah, I would say he's a father figure.
Let me ask you, so you essentially took the wheel after your uncle went down when his daughter died. And so it's you, your mom, you said you got a younger brother?
Yep, so at the time I lived with my mom and my two younger brothers.
Tell me what strength means to you, masculinity. Like, how did taking that role impact your perception of what it means to be a man?
I mean, honestly, because already at the time, like I said, I didn't really grow up like with my dad, so it was just me and my mom and my two brothers like in the house. So I was already like having that role, but I was also like starting to like branch off and start like making sure my other family members were good, you know? Mind you, and my grandmother, that was like one of her like, that's her baby, you know what I mean? I was her first grandbaby, but that was her baby. That was her first granddaughter. So that really like hurt everybody, you know? But like in terms of like strength, I gotta put what I want aside to make sure they good. I feel like in terms of like masculinity and strength, like I don't even know how I would word it. But not like I was saying, like in terms of like your family and everything like that, you gotta make sure everybody else is good before you good. You gotta make sure you have the strength to take care of everybody else before you really like take care of yourself, you know?
So I guess that kind of brings me into my next question. Like, what part of your younger self do you feel never received what it truly needed?
I feel like I'm gonna keep going back to this, but I didn't really grow up with a dad. So I had to like figure things out. I obviously had to talk to my mom, but I still had to go figure it out on my own, you know? I had to go out and experience things on my own. So like me not having a dad really like made me want to go get things more. If I wanted to go get a job, I got to figure out how to get a job on my own. Yeah, my mom was like, could point me in the right direction, but being a young black man growing up, you know, it's hard because you got to deal with cops, you got to deal with like racism, stuff like that, and dealing with all that, it made me want to go get it. It made me want to go get more. It made me want to pursue robotics, you know.
You mentioned racism. Can you remember your first experience with that?
I probably not my first experience, but
Or just a experience? So something that really helped you understand that the world is not fair and that you just gotta chin up and deal with it, but not let it define you. You know what I mean?
honestly, police, if I'm being honest.
Okay.
I've dealt with a lot of police in my life.
Okay.
So I like cars. Everybody knows that.
Car guy.
I remember this like vividly. This happened a couple of years ago actually. I had a bunch of car parts in my car at the time because my car had got hit and everything like that. So I had a bunch of car parts in my car, like brand new bumpers, still in the boxes. My name's on the label, everything. And my one friend had came like flying across the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
So we had turned. I had turned to get up back on the highway, and my friend like kept going straight. Cop pulls me over. So I'm like, all right, cool. He pulls me over. Cop comes over to the window. And he's like, hey, like, do you know that person? Mind you, I'm not saying no. So I said no to him, whatever. And then he takes a flashlight out and starts looking in my car. Cop literally goes, hey, you steal these? I'm like, what do you mean that I steal these? Where'd you get these parts from? You're coming down speeding. Are you running from wherever you stole these from? I'm like, I didn't steal these. If you want to check it, I will let you search the car. My name's all over the labels. I'll give you my license. You haven't even asked for my license yet. As soon as you see it, you saw the color of my skin, you assume I stole these. I stole everything, you know. And that's something that like has stuck with me since it ever happened. This happened a couple of years ago, and I was just like, oh. You assumed I'm stealing because, you know, I'm a young black man.
Yeah, racial profiling. Yeah. Wow. Didn't ask for your identification.
Didn't ask for my license.
I mean, you see us in a box, like, damn, you can't even, like, really have the patience to do your due diligence. You just automatically assuming the worst.
And prior to that, I've dealt with people have literally walked up to me and said, hey, what's up, Edward? And I was like, oh, all right.
That's cool. Where at?
Not at school, like outside of school, walking around school. I go on trips, stuff like that. Like I've been down south. People say to me down south.
Wow.
I've done college tours. I've walked around. People have said to me, you know, it's not a thing you should get used to, but it's just like that's part of life, you know.
Unfortunately, that's fucking crazy, man. Shoot, I don't know, man. Like you have a solid sense of self-esteem. You know what I mean? It's like you never, despite everything, whatever adversity may have found you, you never lost sight of your core. That's what I get from it. You know what I mean? Because I guess you always knew that the situation was greater than yourself, and I guess that's what manifests when you have to deal with such trauma early on. You know what I mean?
And honestly, like even to this day, you can ask any of my friends, I always put my friends and everybody else above me, you know? And that's something I've been learning, like, I gotta stop doing that. I gotta start focusing on what I want and what I need in life. Like even with streaming, I started streaming in 2021, like while I was in college. I had stopped streaming while I was in college. So I had a lot going on at the time, mental health, everything like that. And I had started streaming again. I started streaming again, and I was like, no, this is something like I enjoy doing. I was streaming with my friends at the time. I was really like starting to like lock back in. And then just recently, I would say last year, I started my mental health started like declining again. I was going through something with someone I was talking to at the time, so I wasn't really like focused on streaming. I was dealing with a couple things with my family. I didn't really want to stream, you know. And I got like started talking to Suplex, started talking to Johnny, and I'm like, hey, this is something like I like doing. Can you like start pushing me to do it more? Can you help me like figure out what I need to do to get my streaming like back to where I want it to be, you know? Mm-hmm. And but yeah, even my friends, they're like, hey, we understand you want to help me do this, but no, you have to go do you sometimes, you know?
It's funny because I had this conversation with somebody earlier, and it's always something I come back to. Like, we're taught that selfishness is a negative thing. And yeah, it can be, but it exists on a spectrum. You know what I'm saying? Just like I believe everything does. And it's like, there's a such thing. I mean, whether you want to call it being selfish or self-full, it's up to you, but it has to be I before we.
Yep.
Right? Because if I'm gonna, for one to be a leader, to be a good leader, a capable leader, you have to be whole. If you fucked up, how the fuck you gonna lead anybody out of ruin?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You know, so it's important to you gotta love yourself enough to put yourself first. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard, man. I mean, like you felt like dealing with those struggles, did it make you a people pleaser?
Honestly, I felt like it did because obviously I grew up with 2 younger siblings. I got to make sure they good before I'm good. Then helping my family out. Those are like the key things. I was like, all right, I want to make sure everybody know I fuck with them, you know? I want to make sure they know like, hey, if you ever need anybody, just give me a call. You can text me whenever, you know? I really like, honestly, I'm a people pleaser. I want to make sure everybody else is good before I'm good, you know? Even if like one of my friends was like, hey, can I borrow $20? Like I'm down bad right now. Yeah, I'll send you $20, bro. Just let me. Hey, if it take you a little minute, just rock out. I send it to me when you can send it to me.
Yeah.
Like honestly, I really am a people pleaser. Well, I could if I had my phone in my pocket, I'll call one of my friends right now. They're like definitely.
I mean, you're a natural humanitarian, man. You know what I mean? You're a giver, a true lover. And I wanted to ask you something else, going back to what you spoke about before, because being somebody that really wears your heart on your sleeve, you know what I mean? Well, I can't say you wear your heart on your sleeve, but you definitely have a big heart. Mm-hmm. You said in 2021 you had some mental health things and you stopped you stopped streaming due to the struggles. So that leads me to my next question. What kind of pain quietly influenced the way you learned to move through the world?
Honestly, like dealing with like deaths in the family, dealing with like relationship problems. Cause I was in a 5-year relationship at the time too. I was dating this girl going into college. She was like talking to her in high school, going into college. We went to the same school, everything like that. I was dealing with all that at the same time. And obviously I'm going to college. I'm 2 hours away from home. So I'm like, hey, I don't know nobody up here. I just know the people I came up here with. I'm dealing with deaths in the family. My family also started getting COVID at the time because it's still COVID times. And honestly, like the pain that I've endured throughout my life, I feel like that has also had a big impact on who I am because I don't really like deal with my problems. I would rather deal with it later than I'm dealing with it right now. And obviously, as I'm going into college, I'm dealing with all that at once. It's starting to like really like drag me down, you know?
Yeah.
And I was like, and I had caught COVID again.
Yeah, I had that shit, bro.
So long story short, I went to Mexico, came back from Mexico, and I had COVID. And that was the worst. It was the worst time I ever had COVID.
Oh my God.
I was laying on the floor, like I'm like, yo, like somebody gotta come help me.
Oh my God.
And I don't even think I've said this on stream yet, but I have a heart condition.
Really?
Yeah, so I deal with that too.
What's it called, if you don't mind me
I have a
asking?
bicuspid aortic valve. So there's 3 flaps in the heart valve. 2 of the flaps are attached.
Oh wow.
Yep.
How does so that exacerbated the COVID symptoms?
Mm-hmm.
How does that affect you, like, on a regular basis?
So even like to this day, I can go to a heart doctor. They'll be like, hey, we don't want you doing sports. We don't want you doing heavy lifting. We don't want you doing this. We don't want you doing that. They don't like when I smoke. They don't like if I ever drink. They just want me to like just chill. I gotta control my diet, everything like that, you know. So it's really like how do I put it? It's not a burden, but it is a burden at the same time, you know. Like me dealing with a heart condition, like I gotta go to the doctor once a year. And then I was still doing exercise. Like even throughout school, I started doing track. I wanted to do like a cross country. I was doing all of that. Playing basketball, I still wanted to do like extracurriculars. You know, I still want to work out. You know, but through me doing that, they all knew that obviously I have a heart condition. So they would like take me out. They wouldn't let me do everything. If I was playing basketball, they only had me doing a certain amount of time, stuff like that. And it got to a point where, yes, I started getting better. So it was like, hey, instead of every year you come every 2 years. But now it's getting to a point where it's like, all right, you're not controlling your diet, you're not doing this, you're not doing that, you know? And they're just like, all right, you got to start coming back into the doctor. And then back to me, like, dealing with, like, my mental health and everything at once. That caused me to get high blood pressure. Yep.
Oh wow.
And I'm 22.
Wow.
I turned 23 this year.
22 and relatively fit as far as I can see. Yeah, that's fucking.
I was a heart
crazy.
condition, high blood pressure.
Oh man.
Yep.
Damn.
And I just got my blood pressure down actually, so I'll give myself claps for that.
Good shit. That ass.
But yeah, my life is really like a roller coaster.
Let me ask you, man. Dealing with all that death so early on, what's your perception of death? And I ask you this, and I hope that this is able to put some context behind what I'm really trying to ask you, because I lost both my parents by the time I was 22. So the way I've perceived death is like, death isn't real. Only life is, because our physical forms expire. That's inevitable. But our spirits will always remain. That's eternal. You know what I mean? The people you lose physically you'll feel their presence, whether you see them in dreams or you just like, or you just like get signs throughout the day or whatever have you. Like, motherfuckers never actually leave. But that's why it's like, I guess I don't fear death because of that. You know what I'm saying? And I guess I want to understand somebody, how do you perceive death?
Honestly, so something that like sticks with me, Rod Wave has this one lyric where he was just saying like, we live just to die. We have a short time on earth. You're not alive longer than you're alive, you know? And this might sound a little crazy. I believe in demons, I believe in spirits, I believe in everything like that.
Ain't nothing crazy about it.
I would love, like, honestly, I would love to go, like, ghost hunting. I would love to do stuff like that because I believe those things exist.
I'm gonna tell you right now, now you're talking about that shit, that shit do exist. When I was in Vegas, bro, I saw a demon one day. I never forget it, bro. It was like maybe 2 or 3 in the morning, my nigga. I had a closed chest, right? Like a big ass black chest, full of clothes. It was against the wall. It was anterior to me. I'll never forget. It was dark as hell in the room. I look up, bro. It was like this skinny ass demon. It was a female demon. Wrinkly skin, pale white, frizzy black hair, bro, just sitting down.
Like something straight out of a horror movie.
You ever seen The Ring?
Yep.
Bro, that's what the fuck, bro, that's exactly what I saw, bro. And I was praying to God that I was just hallucinating. Mind you, at this particular time, I'm sober. I ain't fucking with nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, you know what? Maybe I'm just bugging. I don't know. I had a microphone in my room at the time. I'm like, maybe that was the microphone. Wake up the next morning, nigga, the microphone was against the wall. And listen, I'm like, yo, I dead ass know what I saw. And not for nothing, like, not too long after that, I ended up losing my fucking mind. You know what I mean? So it's like almost like I saw the demon before I manifested into it. So, that, you know what I'm saying? It was wild.
You ever have an experience where you're just like in the house by yourself, you hear like footsteps going around?
Oh, yeah.
So you can start walking around the house, you see a little shadow peeking around the corner, you know?
Bro.
I feel like, yeah, like paranormal activity. I feel like everybody has like those experiences. So,
Bro, that shit is real, man. Like, motherfuckers, like, people don't want to believe in what they can't see, but bro, like, this shit is, life is deeper than the tangible, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, this surface level shit is not, that's not all there is to existence, man.
It's not. I feel like just because you die don't mean you necessarily go somewhere. Some of them get stuck here. They don't move over to another plane. Some of them get stuck here because they have something here.
Is that like reincarnation, you thinking?
Honestly, it's a couple of things I believe in. I believe in reincarnation. I believe in like spirit forms. I believe people come back. And honestly, I feel like in certain people I'm around, it's people who I've met that passed away. Like I've dealt with like friends passing away. I've dealt with like my family passing away, and I feel like I see them in other people. Yeah. Like I've walked past people and I'm like, hey, that looked like my friend.
Yeah.
That's not my friend. It's somebody completely different, you know?
Yeah, bro. That shit is fucking, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about, bro.
Like, I could literally walk past somebody. So one of my friends that I went to high school passed away recently. And I was walking one day, and I had thought, like, I saw her. I had to, like, double take. I walked around the person and everything like that, and I'm like, oh, that's not really her. That's a random person. You know?
Spirit of our loved ones is, like, lives into other people. It's weird, bro. Is that what you mean by spirit forms?
That's so, with that, I feel like people who pass away can take over, like, possession, basically. Not in a bad way.
Yeah.
But, I feel like they can take over other people's bodies and just, like, check on you for a second, you know? In terms of, like, spirit forms, I would say, like, so you see how he's standing here right now?
Yeah.
But say, in terms of spirit forms, I mean, I could see somebody here right now, but it's not really nobody there.
Okay. I get what you're saying.
Like, it's that ghost popping around the corner, like, looking to see if you're there, you know?
Wow. Yeah, you really tapped. Let me ask you, bro. You ever done like acid or shrooms or anything like that? Nah, bro, you're tapped in, bro. Tapped in without it.
Yeah,
tapped in without it. Yo, shit. Yo, man, yo. Because I ain't really tap in until after I was really tripping out here.
Nah, I like stuff like that, though. Like, I can sit and watch, like, people do, like, paranormal investigation, stuff like that all the time, you know? And that's just me. I like stuff like that. I want to do paranormal activity stuff on my own. I want to go to, like, there's a psychiatric center somewhere. I want to go there, spend a night there, like get some ghost equipment out, walk around and like have a conversation with the ghost. It's around here.
Nigga, we need to tap in to that. I ain't gonna front, nigga. That shit sounds scary as hell, but as long as I'm with some niggas I trust, I'm with it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like so with a couple of my friends one time, we went to this abandoned school.
Okay.
We were walking around the school, looking at everything like it was destroyed. One of the basements was flooded in one of the buildings, everything. So we were walking around, we just started hearing footsteps. So we split up in like twos, and I try to figure out like what it is. Nobody's there, nothing's there. We didn't hear nothing walking around, so we all came back together. We start hearing like footsteps again. So we're all just like confused, and we hear like something like sprinting. So that's what cued us. We gotta get out of here. So we sprinted up the stairs. We go like to the top floor. We're chilling on the top floor, and then it's like a long hallway, and it used to be like the gymnasium. So on the other side of the gymnasium, we hear something like fly across the room. So we hear that, and we're like, oh, at first we're just like, oh, maybe something fell. Does it 2 more times.
Yo, what
So
the
we
fuck?
all run out. My one friend, well, if I had my phone, he had glass in his hands, everything like that, and he drove there. So we had to drive him home, go back and get his car the next day. Like we're crazy. We like stuff like that. I honestly believe in the paranormal stuff.
Hell
happens all the time.
yeah, bro. God damn. Might not come out of that the same, for better or for worse. But I think that might be a necessary journey right there, man.
Yeah, definitely.
At what point did you realize your life could become something different from the one you thought you were destined to live?
So like growing up, my mom was always like, "Hey, you gotta go to school, you know. You gotta lock in. You gotta go to college." Shoot, it was what's the word I want to use?
A necessity?
It was a necessity. It was an ultimatum. You have to go to college, you know.
There's no choice.
And as a kid, like growing up, I was like, "Oh, I want to be the president." Kindergarten up until like 5th grade, I want to be the president.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, nah, I like science. I want to be a chemist. I want to do something with science. I want to be a biologist. Then I got to high school and I'm like, all right, now I'm learning different things. Now I'm just looking at like mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, robotics. I'm looking at biochemistry, you know? So I'm like, now I'm locked in. Now I can see like different paths I want to take, you know? And that's when I started like meeting different people. I started doing college tours with like different HBCUs. I went down south, looked at other schools down there. But I was like, nah, I'm already doing the robots at RPI. I want to do robotics. So I was like, all right, cool, now I'm gonna go do robotics. And this is one thing I will say to every single, I hate coding with a passion.
You hate coding?
Yep, I like the building aspect of it way more. I'm like a hands-on.
More
person,
hands-on, yeah, man. It's a lot more tedious, I'd imagine, to do coding.
And my mom being like that push, saying, "Nah, you gotta go to school. You gotta do what you gotta do. You know, it's not a question about it. You have no say in this. You gotta go to school."
I mean, I respect that, but at the same time, it's like, did it put pressure on you?
It put a little bit of pressure on me because it's like, oh, you telling me I gotta go to college? Now I gotta make it through middle school, high school first. Got through middle school, I'm like, all right, cool. I'm still a straight A student. Got to high school, I'm like, all right, it's getting a little hard. I'm taking AP classes, got switch schools. Like, oh man, and obviously I was messing up through high school. So it's like, me doing that, it's like, and even me about my behavior. My behavior got to a point where even my mom was like, did you do it? You sure you ain't do it? I feel like you did it. I'm like, nah, trust me, I didn't do it. But even through that, she was like, yo, you going to college. Pick where you can do whatever you want to do, you just got to go to college.
Okay.
And that was really like my push.
Yeah.
I don't care, you going to college.
She really wanted the best for you,
Yep,
man.
she definitely wanted the best for me.
You know, and did that somewhat pressure for her wanting you to be more through education? Did that make you want to pursue learning more, or was it more so a thing that you just felt like you had to do?
It felt like it's something I had to do, you know? Because it's just like, she's telling me to do it. That's my mom, you know? So I'm like, all right, now I gotta do this. It's not really a choice, you know? And she was like, nah, you gotta get good grades. I don't care. I'm not hearing none of that. Then it got to a point where my uncle, like I said, he was my father figure. He would start throwing like incentives in there. Oh, you got an A? Here go $100. Oh, you got an honor roll? $500, you know?
Oh, wow.
He would start throwing stuff at me. That would make even my brothers, my cousins, everybody. Oh, we want to do good now because you give us money. Then it got to a point. I'm in high school now. I was one of the first. I think I was the first or second person in high school with a car. So my uncle was like, "Hey, you make honor roll twice in a row. I'll throw a car at you."
Oh, wow.
I was like, "Oh, really?" Honor roll twice in a row. Here you go. Here's the keys.
Man, I got a car in high school, man. That's lit. Oh, man.
One of the first couple people in this high school with a car.
That's what's up, man. That shit make you feel like a superstar. Pulling up in the whip, man. I respect that shit.
And that's what was crazy. The two people in high school in the car, me and my current girlfriend at the time.
Word.
Cause she was smart too. She was getting straight A's too.
Power couple.
Yep.
Oh shit. And my last question to you, King. When the stream is off and no one is watching, who is the man you're still working to become?
Honestly, when the stream is off, because I'm not even gonna talk about stream stuff. When the stream is off, me being me, I'm 22. Still gotta get my life together. Still gotta figure a couple things out. But I want to be like somebody who I don't want to work. You know, I want to do something for myself. I want to create something for myself where I don't have to work. I can have passive income. You know, I want to be able to explore the world. Even today, I want to explore the world. I want to figure things out. I want to see different places. I think I've only been out of the country once. I've only been in Jamaica. Mm-hmm. You know, and me growing into being like another person. Even now, I still don't know who I want to be. I haven't explored enough, you know? Mm-hmm. Me being 22, I'm still young. Like, once I get to like 25, 28, then I'm like, all right, now I have a nice sense of, all right, this is what I want to do, this is who I want to be, you know? Like right now, I have like multiple ideas, multiple things that I think of on a daily basis. I'm like, oh, I can generate passive income by doing this, this, and this. And then once I got passive income, I'm going to Europe, I'm going to Japan, I want to do everything, you know?
Oh yeah, bro.
And growing up, I used to watch like Mr. Beast, Corey Kenshin, that's a black YouTuber, Dashi. I would watch all them. I'm like, I like what they doing. I do some YouTube. I started streaming, you know. That's what really like made me want to do it. And yes, that's somewhere where that's a route that I would take too. That's why I stream. That's one route. I could go do something with robotics. I could go get a degree in chemistry, or I could become a chemist.
You have options, bro.
There's multiple things I could do. I want to go back to school, learn something else.
Yeah, same.
I want to learn biology. I want to learn bioengineering, something. I was just talking to my friend the other day. I was like, hey, I don't want to do bioengineering. Figure out heart implants, something like that.
Damn.
Cure sickle cell.
Damn.
I want to figure something out, you know.
Change the world, bro.
That's my one thing I know I want to do. I need to engrave something on this earth before I'm gone.
Nigga, I'm right there with you. That's a fact.
Like, I want to have something. I'm going in the history books. I got to do something.
Bro, I'll be saying the same shit. And I'll be like, yo, let me calm myself down because I feel like I'm getting too egotistical. But
exactly, yeah.
Love hearing somebody else say that shit.
But then it's not egotistical though. Like you want to leave your mark on this planet. If you didn't leave your mark on this planet, what would you do? You know? And it's not good to have that mindset, but what did I do? What did I accomplish, you know?
Like, I strive to be humble and strive to be gracious because those are imperative aspects to living, to just simply enjoying existence. But the drive to want to leave your mark, that's what drives you to keep reaching. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It makes you not want to be complacent. You don't get comfortable when you have that.
At all.
So it's tough. I mean, maybe you're right. Maybe it's, but I mean, the ego is a part of humanity. Mm-hmm. It's just finding a balance.
Definitely.
You know?
Definitely. And that's like I've seen throughout this whole interview. They've been pushing me up closer to this mic because I talk low and everything like that. I might talk low, but I'm a little bit of an asshole, just a little bit. Because the ego's still there. You know?
I believe it,
the
bro.
Ego's still there. It's
you're
like,
a black.
I'm just a little calm. I'm just a little, you know.
Dog, you're a black man and you're good at science, math and science. Nigga, I suck at that shit. I'm terrible. I feel like I'm borderline remedial with math. Motherfuckers tell me I'm smart, and I appreciate it, but you put some math shit in front of me, nigga.
You don't know what to do
You don't,
at all.
Bro. Oh shit. Yo, Jay, it was a pleasure tapping in with you, bro.
Definitely. We could definitely do another one.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.